What's going on, my peoples? And I go by name the Sorcerer, and I'm here to do a reading. Got these cards I'm going to shuffle through. Hope everybody's okay. It's been a minute, been a second, and let's see. I hope it helps you guys. All right, the theme of the reading. Oh, okay. The next 6 months. The next 6 months. All right. All right, I'm going to be doing a reading now. If it resonates, I hope it helps. If not, send it back to the universe. Let's just adjust that camera. There we go. Move that there. At least you know that I'm just a wizard with these things. Yes, the next 6 months. If it resonates, I hope it helps. If not, send it back to the universe. Energies are fluid. We keep on shining and we stay rising. So let's see what's happening for the next 6 months. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let me just shuffle these cards. A lot of people going through transition, and I think there's going to have to be a lot of trust with you and the universe. You and the universe. Excuse me. Nearly misspoke. And it's a case of you understanding that there are upgrades, there are opportunities of elevating to higher frequencies. Just getting my mouth in order. I feel like I'm getting a lot of downloads at the moment, and it's a surrendering. And through this surrendering, you are going to be challenged, and this is a challenge within yourself. Ooh, healing elements as well. Okay, interesting. And actually stepping into your power. All right. Okay. Spirit is guiding me that with the changes, the big changes of energy that you may experience or are experiencing, that there's an element of you needing to trust source during this time, because let me quickly here. There's with the theme of the reading for the next 6 months, you've got the Hierophant in reverse, followed by the Five of Cups in reverse, and I feel like the expectations that you have, of certain things happening at your time is causing you a massive disappointment with the Three of Swords, as you can see. And this is about you understanding that there are times in your life where you really need to surrender to source and understand that there are elements that the universe is giving you a lesson of hardship to strengthen your fortitude and strengthening your I'd say patience. They're asking you to remain patient during this time as well. Why? Because you are close to a goal. You are close to a goal, but this is going to take a little bit of time. It's funny. I had this previous reading. It was an energy check reading, right? And it was the same energy. It was, the goal is there. You see it. It might not take 4 months. It will actually take 6 months, for example. And it's about you having the the patience and the strength within yourself to wait a little bit. And that's the lesson that you've got to learn, because during those times of being patient and needing to be patient, you're going to have to understand that Source is putting you through these tests, because when you are ready for the success, you're going to have to ask yourself, are you actually ready? Do you need more preparation? Do you need more time? And the answer is yes. Source knows better during this situation that you may need a little bit of time. You have worked your ass off many months prior to this time, and whether you like it or not, you are feeling the after effects of burnout. And the reason why you're feeling this disappointment is because you've lost that presence of mind during this time, because you have completely and utterly put yourself in a position where all you've been focusing is the goal, but you're not looking at your own surroundings. You're not looking at your health. You're not looking at your mental health. You're not looking at the people like you're surrounded with. Have you neglected your loved ones in the pursuit of, you know, a goal that you know that might take a little time? Perhaps you use those times where you need to rest to be with your family. Perhaps you need to take a little bit of rest to actually spend time for yourself. Self-care, self-love. You feel a great sense in the next month of going through a time where it's carrying on the first month towards the second month of you having entered your own negativity, and it's now manifested, into the universe, which is why Source is actually letting you know that you must take some time off going through this situation. And this is a time for you to take control, cut certain elements where you need to, I'd say, my intuition is telling me that you need to really, really take some time and cut the cord. I say pit stop. When I feel like you're cutting the cord, it's more like you need to really just stop the tracks. The tracks will always be there, but you need to just take some time and actually focus more about yourself, because it's about your long-term goal. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. You're knowing that this is a marathon, but you're entering the marathon as if it's a 100-meter sprint. Why? It don't make no sense. It does not make any sense at all. So understand that you have to, it's okay to pace yourself. Understand that in these times, I know you want it and I know you can taste it, but there's a reason why it's going to take 6 months rather than the 4 months that you want. I understand the matter of you having this anticipation, but would you rather have a rush job, or would you rather have a job that you feel like you've accomplished with absolute completion, and you have the energy to enjoy the fruits of your labor, of your hard work? In the third month, I see a change. You've got number 5 with the Hierophant. And this is actually you having to connect yourself with Source and actually listening to the messages that are there. I see yourself being a little bit disconnected in the third month with your friends, but that's because you're just taking some time away and having you're taking some retreat. You're taking a retreat. That's the intuition I'm seeing. You're retreating back and you're taking some rest. You're actually listening to yourself. I think the second month you've actually burnt yourself out and you're just like, eesh. I've learnt my lesson. yeah, the elements of a toxic trait of you overworking, and now you've cut that cord and you're taking a pit stop, and you know that by this rest and by you cutting that element, you're going to enter the second half of the 6 month period with a new lease of life. Yes, you will be. I think you're looking back in this situation where in the second month, once you've rested, you're going to go back on the horse and you're going to have your second wave. But this is because you've actually listened to yourself. You've listened to yourself. You're taking responsibility with you being more of a leader in and you being a leader is actually being a leader toward yourself as well, and understanding that you need to referee yourself. So, if you're in a management position and you're having this target, and then you're telling your troops or the people around you that you must do this and do that, practice what you preach. Listen to yourself too. How can you go about your business and telling other people that this needs to happen while you're burnt out and you're not even listening to yourself? How are they going to listen to you? And that's the truth and the reality. I think with the free, this came out in reverse, but I'm just showing you with the Three of Wands, you're in reverse. This is a whole move. So you're actually looking within yourself and reflecting in this time and actually humbling yourself during this time. I see you taking more of a relaxed approach, smart work rather than hard work in the 5th month with the Moon card. Moon card is the slowest moving energy in the deck. However, when you are in the process of a slow moving energy, it's time to take a step back and actually journal, reflect, evaluate, see where you've gone wrong, see what you can improve on, see what you can do to make sure that your next month, while you have this slow moving energy, when things are going to pick up and the energy is going to be a lot more better, you being able to jet off and using that as a strategy rather than you just twiddling your thumbs. This is also a time for you to look after yourself, and actually thinking, have I isolated myself? Have I also pushed anyone aside during this time of me having this tunnel vision with the Five of Pentacles? So this is a time of self-reflection. This is a time to look within yourself. This is a time for you to actually reassess if there's any wrongs that you've done before you proceed. And the good thing is that in your 6th month, I see you releasing. I see you removing the blockages, because you are your own worst enemy. You are removing the blockage. You're understanding that all of these illusions that's been created was done by yourself. And when you can do so, you'll be able to work smarter, not harder, with the Eight of Pentacles. I think you will be able to utilize your skills more because you have more foresight, and you'll be able to understand that you don't have to work completely to waste yourself, to really, I wouldn't say waste yourself, but I'd say to burn yourself out. It's a time for you to work smarter. Yes. And that's the lesson at the moment. You're gonna burn yourself out, and the worst case scenario is over anyway. You've burned yourself out, and the worst case is that the best situation in this current situation with the 6 months is that it's not gonna get any worse. Everything is just gonna you're just gonna keep rising and rising and rising, and you've learned your lesson. You've completely learned your lesson, and it's a valuable lesson. When you have the chance to rejuvenate and energize, it's going to be of a time when you're going to feel that time where you feel rested. When you feel rested, that is the time for you to really, really have your second wave, and you'll have that source of inspiration when you have that when you have the Sun card. The Sun card here is to remind you that anything that you create is going to be blessed, and it's the most powerful card in the deck. So you might as well have the energy of having your second wave and just going about it with on around the second time of the part of the 6 months, because you feel rested and there's a sense of inspiration. So if anybody also is looking to make a family as well, that's the second part of the 6 month period. So June time, if you're looking to plan a child, it's a good time as well. But yeah, towards the end of the 6 month period, so around the July times, I mean just before July, excuse me, um, you'll be feeling the energy of optimism. You're being optimized, and there's a lot of humble pie during the first half of the 6 months. There's a lot of assessing yourself and actually checking yourself, and that's okay. That's okay. I think that going going forwards, you've learned a valuable lesson. You learned that it's not always working hard; it's working smart too, utilizing every resources that you have as opposed to just burning yourself to the ground. I see towards the latter end of the 6 months to be something successful for you regarding work. I see it more that people are going to see you shine and people are going to comment more about you shining. And I think that's a very blessed time for you. And it's okay. Own it. You've worked hard for it. You've worked smart. So own it. Yes. And the final card that I'm putting out, I just cut the deck, was the Wheel of Fortune. So when you feel like times the first half of the 6 months, which is January, February, and March, times when you are going through the process, you are learning through that process, just understand that the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor, and it's going to be a time where you're going to enjoy your journey, and you actually realize that those 4 months where you thought you could have done it before, you realize that there was a value towards you finishing all your targets regarding matters of the job, that there was value towards it because it's changed you for the better. But yes, I hope that helps. I go by the name The Sorcerer. Love, peace, and light, and I'm out.
Sorcerer.